I was trying not to jump straight to the guzzler because he has a I mean, like your background knowledge and the education is so phenomenally beautiful. I love when we have educators come on, and I love um, learning about the different parts of it. My question is, when I'm going to jump right in, y'all, with AI now being so heavily in everything we do, like that, that power outage that I mean, that I said power outage, the outage that we have with AI, it let me know the number of people that use it and how kids in school and students in college were suffering because it went down.
Yeah.
What, how did it take you by surprise when you started? AI has always been around, but when you started realizing how big it's becoming and how reachable it's becoming to people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's the obvious sliver within the entire what's possible with AI of like plagiarism side, right? Just the generating content and using it to like hack your own education in some way for good, bad, or ugly. But to your point, I mean, we use AI in education probably for the past at least 10 years that we didn't call it that. We called it adaptive learning. We called it blended learning, where you're using technology to supplement what the teacher is teaching. And when kids are using these apps, if you have kids or you have nieces and nephews like I do, in addition to the kids at school, I see my nieces and nephews all the time. And I can tell sometimes, that app, they got a question wrong. It gives them this question. They get it right. It gives them a more challenging one. Like that kind of stuff is very adaptive, and certain aspects of that are AI. That's what we've had for like 10 plus years. It's the, artificial generation of content, large language models. That's what's taken us by storm in the past couple of years. And I think it's obvious to say we're all still figuring it out. We understand, and I'm going to be leading professional development with my staff again this year, where we're looking at how can you use AI to make some of the parts of your job that took a lot of cognitive energy to lessen that cognitive load there, because you're going to need to use that cognitive energy somewhere else. So unit planning, brainstorming, ways to deliver content to students, stuff like that, where you're just trying to ideate and generate ideas, and then you're still going to have to be the one implementing it as a teacher or as an administrator. But I was just tinkering with the other day about automated note taking. I mean, it's very possible, but we also have limited access in our district of what things. So, but it is absolutely something that I think college professors and high school teachers are grappling with, the plagiarism side of things, way more than we are at the elementary level. And most of my students don't even really use AI much. Like we're finding ways to use it as opposed to trying to find ways to shut it down. But there's a lot that's going on in this space. And if we don't figure it out, we're doing a disservice to students, because, letting them outsource everything to ChatGPT is not, a due diligence instructional model. So, but ask me again in a year, they have a wildly different answer.
That was a awesome answer, because I love how you said that, and I also love that I heard, because you have the younger part of the elementary part. I love, because I can also see where the productivity part can come in from, where I guess, and I love how you said you're going to be meeting with your team and your staff. I love, because it's like there's so many ways to integrate that and get more knowledge and work with it than to have it. That's what I heard when you were talking. Like you're working with it than to have it falsely give you I can't stand when people like put all their answers like, well, ChatGPT told me to do this, instead of integrating and working with it. And I love how that's what your answer resonated in me, like structure and productivity and learning.
Yeah.
I just love that. So thank you.
Yeah, we're definitely noticing that. I think in a lot of industries, I can speak for education, I can't speak for like, medicine or engineering or something, that it's not going to make our lives easier overall. I don't think it'll make aspects of our work easier. But then what do we always do? It's like when the internet came out, it's not like everyone's jobs got easier. It actually made everything more difficult in some ways or more complex. But it also, same with like the invention of the calculator or internal combustion engine, things like that. Internal combustion engine, you couldn't go more than a few miles in a day without it. Now we can drive cross country, just nonstop. And we don't, it's not like, oh, great, now we don't have to do as much. No, now it opens up the opportunity to do a lot more. And so I'm always trying to think, as the leader of my building, how can I not tell my teachers, hey, great, now look, all this stuff's easy, so now you can do all this extra stuff. No, let's try to actually claw back a little time to take care of yourself. And maybe you won't have to put in as many hours, but I also don't want to fool ourselves into thinking it'll make things easier. It'll make aspects of our jobs easier. And then hopefully we don't just put more on our plate as a result. So we'll see. But each year, isn't it just amazing how each year since LLMs came out in, what was it, like March of 2023, like the conversation we're having right now is very different than what we would have said this time last year. And same with a year from now. Just everything is evolving so quickly.